Pauline, let this light. Come on, put this light here. Then remove this one. Tap on that one. Remove this one. Put this one in it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's copy and paste. Remove that. Move this thing. Hello, can you guys hear me now? Hello? Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? We've been battling with this sound. That's why we had delay. So I don't know if it has been solved now. Am I loud and clear? Am I audible? Okay. Thank God. It's been really crazy today. We've been trying to make sure the sound is right, and yesterday we realized that the sound was not very clear and it was giving issues. So we had to make sure that everything was on point today. Thank you, everybody. So we'll get started shortly. Please tell Lovett that we should remind people that everything is perfect now. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, we're going to have a little limitation, but we'll make sure that everybody is able to still enjoy the practicality of today's class, irrespective. So, can someone just give us a like tell us? Can everybody tell us what you learned yesterday? Can you tell us what you learned yesterday from the class, just so we know that our what we learned is still fresh in our minds? Let's give ourselves a little reminder. What did we learn from the class? About different things about photography, how photography is art, science, and commerce. How we had different definitions of photography. We talked about we had what I remember from yesterday's class. Hello, are you guys with me? Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, yes, good. All right, so I love it when the class is interactive, and it helps us, it warms the brain, and it puts our mind on what we are discussing. So, like I said before, let's hear one or two things that you remember from yesterday's class. One or two things that I remembered from yesterday's class. We discussed a lot of things. Let me put up the course outline from the course outline again. All right, so the audio is going again. I think the sharing this thing is interfering with the audio. Is any of you connected to this thing? Hmm? Can you hear me? Maybe you should use my your earphone. See if you can hear. Can you hear me now? Am I audible? Okay. So I don't know. It's like nobody can hear what I'm saying. I don't know if it's from my side. Okay, so I want us to give ourselves a refresher of yesterday's class so we can move to the next thing. So let's have us say one or two things that we learned from yesterday's class. One or two things that we learned from yesterday's class. We have 5 people online right now, and let's just refresh our memory. What do you remember from yesterday? Or if you are just joining us today, just signify if you're just joining us today, because I know some people could not join yesterday. So if you could not join us, if you are new on the session today, just signify. Okay, thank you, Konsola. Thank you very much. Just can raise this light up a bit. Let's go a bit. Yes, photography is an art, science, and commerce. All right, great. Abiola, thank you so much for your comment. Before the network went out, we talked about photography and what it means to different people. Yes, thank you very much for that. Yes, fine. Perfect. Okay, photography is science, art, and commerce. Photography should see beauty in everything. Great, perfect. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. A photographer should see beauty in everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. With that in mind, and with that beautiful recap, we will dive into the business of the day. So, do you guys have any questions? Because I was expecting questions yesterday, I didn't get any. Because of the whole network problems, we couldn't take questions. So, if you have questions from yesterday, let us have it now so that we can talk about it before moving on. So, any question you have from yesterday, let's just talk about it now so we move on. If there's no question, just say no question. If you don't have any question, just type no question. Okay, is Damilare raising up his hand? Okay, no question. No question, okay? No question, great. All right, so all right. Same thing has happened again. What's going on with this app today? Once I share screen, it takes the audio away. All right, so let's get to the first part of the class. The first thing we're going to do today is to talk about how to handle the camera, operating the camera. Yesterday we've talked about every other thing regarding. Running the business, understanding photography, having a proper mindset for photography. So today we are going to. There's a part we carried over to today's class, which is handling the camera. So handling the camera, I'm trying to bring that up again. Okay, so practical photo shoot section. That's what we're supposed to start with today. But because we moved professional camera handling to today, we are going to shift that one to today's class. So let me bring up my slide. Okay, so in handling the camera, there are certain things that are very important that you should understand, basic things. Apart from the regular things you see on the camera, the switch on button, the buttons on the camera, the viewfinder. Let me just bring up the camera here. Okay, so this, so this is the camera body. This is the camera. And this thing you have here is called the lens. Now, when it comes to using the camera, there are three basic things that are very important to operating the camera, using it to get a picture, because that's the goal here. Irrespective of whatever thing the camera can still do, the goal is for you to use it to take good pictures. Now, the first thing is called shutter speed. The second is called aperture. The third is called ISO. These three things, if you can understand these three basic things about the camera, you have gotten 60% of understanding how to use the camera. If you understand shutter speed, aperture, and ISO, every other thing is child's play. Once you can understand how these three work together and you can apply it while you're using the camera, your work is done already. You already understand how to use the camera. You can create anything just understanding those three basic things. Now, before we get into that, this is the camera, this is the body. Most camera comes in a way that you can handle it like this. You can grip the camera. It has a space here where your hand can fit and you hold it. And your thumb is going to be used to control things, the buttons you have around here. So that's why it's designed that way. So we have buttons all around here. Then you can use your other hand to control the buttons on this side. The buttons on this side. So then we have the viewfinder. This is the viewfinder. This thing here is called the viewfinder. That is where you see photographers put their eyes and snap pictures. So then other part important again. Every camera has power button. This is a Canon camera. Most of the Canon cameras, their switch on button is on top here. Some other cameras, their switch on button is at the back here. So you just look for any camera you are going to be using, they're going to buy, or you're going to lay hands on. They all have switch on button. And what else again? Now we have this button you see here. This button you see here. Can someone tell me what the name of this button is? This button you're seeing here. Can anybody tell me the name of this button? What do you think it is called? What do you think it is called? Before I say the original name. I'm waiting for answers. The energy today is dull. What's going on? Yesterday was really, really high. Today's energy is dropping. What's going on, everybody? Let's be on fire. Let's be on fire like yesterday. Yes, shutter speed. Okay, shutter speed. Okay, let's manage that. Snap. Oh, I've been waiting for who will say snap button. Very good. Snap button. Very good. Snap button. Okay. Shutter button. Very close. Shutter button. That's very close. All right. The actual name of this button is called the shutter release button. Shutter release button. Why do we call it the shutter release button? It is because once you press this button, what is inside this place called the shutter would release, opening up for light to enter into the camera so that it can give you the picture. So that's why it is called the shutter release button. So please have it at the back of your mind that this button is not called the snap button. It's not called the camera button. It is called the shutter release button. So once you hear shutter release, you know, oh yes. So if you say shutter release to anybody, they know, this person is professional, because only professionals really know that this is called shutter release button, except you've done your own research before. So, and we have other button that other things you can roll here. This is like a dial button. This is like a dial where you used to control and select and do many things. This camera is has a touch screen function. So some of the things that you might have to press here, you can just touch on the screen too. Most of the cameras we have these days, they come with touch screen feature, so you can just control everything from the screen. So that aside, what's the next thing? What else is important? Yes. Okay. So this is the lens. There are different types of lenses. Lens ranges from different sizes and different types. This one on this camera is called a prime lens. This prime lens, I call it again, prime lens. We have prime lens, we have zoom lens. So people call it telephoto lens. So we also have macro lenses. So the type of lens you will use on your camera depends on what you want to achieve with it. For example, I personally love prime lenses. Why? Because prime lenses are fixed lenses. You cannot zoom in and zoom out a prime lens. And that allows the lens to function at full capacity. There are some lenses that from, give me 18 to, okay, let me use this one. So this is a zoom lens. This one here can zoom in and zoom out. This is a zoom lens. So this zoom lens is 18 to 55. So 18 millimeter wide, it can give you 18 millimeter wide, and it can give you 55 millimeter in. So you can use it to zoom in. You can take a picture of large group of people, and if you want to take a picture of one person, you can zoom in to take a picture. That's the difference between this and this. But I prefer using this prime lens because it gives me sharper images and it takes in more light. I'm only jumping into aperture. We'll get there. It takes in more light than this one. So where this camera will take some, if you're in an environment where you have low light, this lens, this prime lens will function faster and better than this one. But if there is light, you are outside, you are in the sun, you are in a place that is well lit, you will do well with this one too. But this will give me sharper images, and if I'm in a place that the light is dim, I can still take good pictures with this one better than this. So that is a brief information on lens. So there are different types of lenses. There are various hundreds of lens types, lens range, focal lens. I don't want to start using plenty grammar. Lens, let me use range for lenses. It's just like people that use gun. There are different type of gun. They have different size, different range, different kinds like that. Same thing with lens too. So, but for a beginner, if you buy a camera that comes with a lens like this, most cameras come with this type of lens, this 18 to 55. Most cameras come with it. So this, when you buy your camera, you have this lens. You can use it to do as anything you want to do at the moment. Then when you want to graduate to other lenses, you can now buy a prime lens. You can buy a more heavier lens, a more sophisticated lens. But for beginner purpose, this is perfect. You can use this to achieve anything you want to achieve at the beginner stage. Then as time goes on, you improve on, you increase the type of lens that you have. So that's that. So that's that on holding it. Now, how to hold the camera? Yes, sorry, how to hold the camera. I've seen many people that call themselves professionals, and when you see the way they hold the camera, you already know that this person, let's say, you just carry camera and just start to play with them. So there's a way you hold your camera. Yesterday we talked about branding. Everything that you do, how people see you while you work, is branding. So if you are holding your camera in a wrong way, it tells that, oh, this person is not really good. I've seen people carry their camera, and when they are shooting, they hold it like this, and they will snap like this. They are snapping like, let me hold this thing. They are holding their camera and they are snapping like this. For you to have a good grip on your camera, the camera naturally comes with a strap like this. Okay, let's use this one. This one has a strap. Every beginner photographer, when you are starting out, never hold your camera without the strap. Never hold your camera without the strap. So you put when you want to use your camera, you make sure this is attached to it, then you wear it on your neck like this. So it helps you to keep your camera safe. So if peradventure maybe you stumble, your camera will not drop on the ground, because it is firmly attached to your neck. So when you are now handling the camera, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please just comment in the comment section. Can you hear me? I want to make sure that I'm not speaking to myself, because this network can be funny. All right, let's go. So when you are handling the camera, the strap on your neck, and then your right hand holding this space you have here, it is for you to grip the camera properly. So you hold it like this. So holding it like this gives a good grip on the camera. And then see where I'm holding the camera. Now this hand here, like this, on the lens. So it helps me, because it's a zoom lens, it helps me to zoom in and zoom out. Help me to zoom in and zoom out. As you're zooming in, it's going to be moving here. Zoom in and zoom out. And then your hands grip on your body. Why? Why do you have to do that? It's so that you can stand properly. I wish I was standing now. I've showed you how. So you stand with your two legs apart. Don't stand straight like this. Like stand with your legs closed. Standing. You stand apart. Like if this is your leg now. If this is your leg, you don't stand like this when taking a shot. You stand with your legs apart like this, and you are balanced. So in case anybody moves you while you are walking, maybe you are walking in an event, and anybody mistakenly hits you, your camera does not fall. So once you've gotten your perfect stand, the next thing is to make sure your hands are well gripped to your body, so that when you take your picture, your camera does not shake. You can see what I'm doing now. This is the camera holding the lens like this. Then my hand is gripped to my body, and once I take the picture, bam, I get a nice sharp image. It's possible for you to take a picture with this camera, no matter how good it is, and when you take the picture, you look at it on the screen, it's looking good. When you now export it to your laptop or your computer, you now see that the image is not very sharp again, it's blur. Why? It is because if you are holding the camera and your hand drops a bit before the camera finishes recording the image, the fact that you... Okay, let me do it like this now. The fact that you hear this sound, I don't know if you're hearing it. The fact you hear this sound on the camera does not mean the camera has finished its job. So you take the picture, you wait few seconds before bringing your hands down, so that the image will finish recording. Let me show you what happens when you take a picture. Now, let's say the camera has taken a picture now. You can see it took few seconds before you saw the picture displayed. On the screen. So you take the picture, it's still dark. If you take the picture and you drop your hand before the picture comes up, your picture might have some you might have some blurry images. So that's why I don't know if you've noticed when you're watching football and you see those cameramen taking the pictures, the sports photographers, their hands is not always coming down. They are always ready like this. Once they are shooting, they keep taking it. And when they are done, they hold it there until the camera is done recording the image and they drop it. But with the kind of sophisticated cameras we have now, right now, there are some cameras that are very fast in recording images, and when you take like that, as you are taking the shot is recording, taking the shot is recording, and when you are done, it is done. So, but it is still advisable to make sure that your hands are well placed and you have a good grip on the camera before you take that shot. So like I said, everything about you as a photographer is your brand. So you are coming to an event or you are working somewhere, you're taking a shoot, and you're holding your camera like this. Let me turn this way. So you're holding your camera like this. Let's say I don't even look. No, I'm not seeing myself, but I don't think I look confident. You're taking the picture. Say, hey, pose like that. Say like that. You're holding your camera like this. Someone hits you and the camera drops. The camera is gone.